What is going on, everyone? Mitesh here, and today we're going to be doing a little camera comparison between the Pixel 4a and the Pixel 3. And yeah, we're going to start off by talking about the front-facing camera here, which both of these can record at 1080p 30 frames per second, and that is what you're looking at right now. Now, the Pixel 3 is a lot narrower than the Pixel 4a, but that's because the Pixel 3 has two front-facing cameras, so you can zoom out like this, and you can get a much wider field of view on the Pixel 3 because it has those dual front-facing cameras, whereas you're kind of stuck with this view on the Pixel 4a. So yeah, it is definitely interesting choice that they made with the Pixel 3, but you guys have it. This is what the footage looks like, and the Pixel 3 also has autofocus in the camera, so you guys can notice the background's probably a little bit more blurry than it is on the Pixel 4a because the Pixel 4a is fixed focus, so that means it's going to be focused on everything. So yeah, there you guys have it. This is what the front-facing footage from the cameras look like. Okay, and this is footage from the rear-facing camera, which can do up to 4K 30 frames per second on both of these, so you guys can have an idea of this. Both of these have optical image stabilization and electronic image stabilization turned on, so it should be some pretty smooth footage while I'm walking. I'm just gonna do a quick little run. So yeah, that should give you a good idea, since this is completely handheld footage, so you guys can really see what the stabilization is like, especially like when you're going upstairs and things. So yeah, I would say it's pretty good. Alright, and this is an indoor front-facing camera test. So I realize most of us are spending more and more time inside these days, so this gives you an idea of what the front-facing cameras are capable of when you're indoors. So yeah, there you guys have it. Let's go ahead and zoom out so you guys can see just once again how much wider the Pixel 3 wide camera is. Now, the only issue I have with the Pixel 3 wide camera is the fact you can't use it in like video calls. You're only stuck to the narrow one, which really sucks. Like, they should allow you to use the wide one, but they don't. Alright, and this is footage from the rear camera, so this is what you guys can expect when you're indoors. Obviously in very poor lighting, but yeah, this is what you guys can expect with indoor quality from these two phones. Alright, so next up, let's talk about the photos that these two phones can produce, starting off with the front-facing cameras. Now, there's two main things that I noticed while comparing the photos, and that's one, the Pixel 4a tends to be a little bit warmer than the Pixel 2 when it comes to the photos, and then two, in portrait mode, Pixel 4a also tends to be way more aggressive with the background blur. What's interesting here is the Pixel 3 is capable of doing portrait mode with both of the cameras, so you can get some much wider portrait mode shots with the Pixel 3 than you can with the Pixel 4a. And in terms of the main camera, it's the same thing. Pixel 4a tends to be a little bit warmer, but otherwise the photos are very similar. That's a really good thing because both of these phones can take pictures that are some of the best out there, even competing with flagship phones of today that are coming out now that are way more expensive. And they also, of course, include night mode that's still one of the best in the industry. It's not maybe the top tier anymore, but it's still really good and super impressive. Alright guys, so there you have it. That is a quick little look at what the cameras on the Pixel 4a can do in comparison to the Pixel 3. And I think this is definitely a more interesting comparison versus the Pixel 4 because in that case it was very similar, whereas here we had some slightly different results. But yeah, there you guys have it. That's it, pretty much it for this video. Like this one if you liked it, subscribe if you guys loved it, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye!